And speaking of the cold and the weather, cold stress is the #1 cause of death in manatees in Alabama and Mississippi. It's much like hypothermia in humans, but there are some other causes too.
Yeah, Fox 10 News meteorologist Jennifer Lambers joining us now to talk to us about an investigation into the death of a manatee in local waters.
Yeah, Lenise and Byron, with the cold snap we had this week, it's easy to assume the manatee died from the cold water. But a necropsy also found some other things that may have contributed. The manatee was spotted swimming in the Theodore Industrial Canal off of Mobile Bay last week. Now, researchers from the Dauphin Island Sea Lab were called in to help and say the manatee was obviously in distress.
For this animal, we were looking at the respiratory quality and quantity of the animal. So how often it's breathing and how it's breathing. So this animal was creating a little bit of spray when it came to the surface of the water, which is not quite normal. And it was breathing more often in shorter amounts of time than it should have been.
They saw signs of cold stress like discolorations in the skin and also the animal staying in the same area. They tried to rescue the sea cow, but unfortunately it didn't survive. The necropsy discovered some other problems as well.
The animal had signs of severe heart and lung disease, which would have impaired the animal's ability to breathe. And it was suffering some signs of cold stress, which we worry about this time of year in animals. So those two things combined would have been enough to potentially cause the death of the animal. However, we also found a over 1 foot long plastic bag that was actually blocking the esophagus of the animal. So this would have made it very difficult for the animal to eat, unfortunately.
Now they're doing more tests to see if the plastic bag played a role in its death. Dr. Bloodgood stressing the importance of recycling to help clean up our bays and also to help keep our local wildlife healthy. Remember, if you find a manatee, whether it's in distress or if it's healthy and happy, the Dauphin Island Sea Lab asks you to report any and all sightings. Now we'll have details on how on our website, fox10tv.com. Reporting in studio, meteorologist Jennifer Lambers, Fox 10 News. Byron.